another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Lupin. This is episode 1 of part 2, chapter 6. That is a mouthful. It really was. I'm guessing this is season 2, but they're calling it part 2 because we had part 1 at the start. If you guys have not seen that, I highly recommend going back because there is a lot of strategic planning, lots of action, lots of little twists and turns, loads of things going on. You might even not even understand what is going to happen here in part 2 if you don't even check part 1, because it does get a little bit of confusing and it takes a lot to really focus in and understand the story, because it's so good, it's so written, it's very clever, and like I said, it's high action and entertaining, and I really do recommend going back and watching that if this is your first time checking out a Lupin video. Now on this channel we do watch it in its native language, French, and I do have the subtitles on the screen, so hopefully you guys don't mind that, because it's literally, to me, it's so much better watching it in its normal language. I can't stand watching it in dubbed because the voices don't sound real. And you know, I used to be the person that used to sit there and think, oh, I'm not gonna read subtitles, and then literally do it, try it, you don't even notice it. Literally, it makes it so much better. We've got the main character, ASSANE. Sorry, I was gonna say ASSANE Lupin then. ASSANE, he is the main character. He is using a playbook from ASSANE Lupin, and he is using all his tips and tricks that he's wrote down in the playbook to carry out these crimes that he's committing. The Pellegrini family, they're the big dogs, they're the bad guys pretty much, well, in this instance, because they framed ASSANE's dad for a crime that he never committed, and then that resulted into his dad killing himself, and obviously now he's going after them. They're actually really bad people anyway in general, and he's trying to take their empire down. They've come after him as well. They've took his kid at the end of part 1, and it's interesting because obviously the Pellegrini's hitman bodyguard, so to speak, went after ASSANE's son. They was at a Lupin convention, they was at the beach, everybody was dressed up as him, and then boom, the guy kidnapped him. And then what makes it even more interesting is that one of the policemen that was on the case trying to find ASSANE, obviously because he was committing crimes in the present, and he was trying to find out who it is, because you know he's really good at disguises and he's weaving in and out. He figured out that he's copying the playbook from ASSANE Lupin. Well, everybody in the police station, no one believed him. You know, they was just literally pushing it off, fobbing it off. Yeah, whatever. This guy done some digging himself. Turned out, you know, he's found it out. And this is, I'm guessing, where we're going to start part 2. You know, they're at the beach. ASSANE's kid's been taken by the hitman, and this police officer's just found out that ASSANE obviously is Lupin. Now, the thing is, I do not think that this guy's going to attack or arrest ASSANE, because I actually think he's impressed with the crimes that he's committing, and he's intrigued in what's going on, and I think he'd be more caring about going trying to get ASSANE's kid back than actually arresting him. So that is where we currently are. I would just like to take 1 second to give a shout out to Christian Eriksen. Hopefully you get well soon. I was watching the football today, and you know, he collapsed mid-game. Crazy, nobody around him. 29, literally one of the fittest people in the world as an athlete. And you know, I've got a shout out to the medic team who ran on the pitch straight away. His teammates put him in the recovery position, you know, made sure he was okay. They shielded him so the press couldn't take pictures of him, and they give him defibrillators, put a sheet over him, carried him, took him out the ground, and you know, hopefully he gets well soon. We don't like to see that, and it just makes you appreciate the family that you've got. You know, obviously ASSANE's appreciating his family, he's going to go after him, but just in real life in general, you know, it only takes 1 second and everything can change, and especially if something can happen to someone so fit in real life, then it could happen to you as well. And it's always good to make sure that if you've got any health problems, you know, you feel something in your chest or anything, make sure you go and tell somebody, get checked in, because you know, even if you've got a family or loved one, tell them that you love them. You know, it's only 1 second to tell your mum and dad that you love them, and it can make a big difference. Life can change like that. So that's just going to be my little shout out at the start. Hopefully get well soon, Christian, and yeah, we don't like to see that, but on a more positive vibes, he is up and well in hospital, and that is great news. And after that, we're going to jump into today's episode. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If you do like the video, please smash a like, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for clicking on my video, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. Oh, morning of the December 11th, so this is when he goes and finds ASSANE for the first time.
Monsieur, votre billet. Merci.
You would know something, so wouldn't you, if you just seen a kid get thrown in a car and it speed off like that?
Lupin? J'ai entendu que vous cherchez un enfant habillé à Arsène Lupin?
Oui.
J'ai vu un métis s'embrouiller avec un mec sur le parking tout à l'heure.
Il ressemble à quoi ce type?
Il était noir, il avait un imper beige, mal rasé, mince.
Arrête, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Les flics, hein, je te préviens.
Non, pas les flics. Arrête. Tu te calmes et tu me laisses faire, d'accord?
Je te jure, je vais les appeler.
Fais-moi confiance, Claire, pas les flics.
She's gonna bell him up anyway, she's his mum, innit? She's thinking it.
Je viens avec vous, je vais vous aider.
You know, I think this ASSANE here and this Claire really
Claire,
cute together.
C'était bien ta répète? Qu'est-ce qui t'arrive?
Tout ne tourne pas autour de toi, Hassan. J'ai quitté la salle 1 minute et quand je suis revenue, il était comme ça.
J'espère que personne ne s'est dénoncé. Attendez, essayez celui-ci.
Il sonne vraiment bien. Il coûte combien?
3000 francs.
How much is that in US
J'ai
dollars?
pas l'argent.
Et vous êtes?
Hassan, c'est un ami.
C'est écrit qu'on peut le louer 350 francs par jour.
Mais pas pour vous.
Pourquoi?
Oui, pourquoi?
Parce
What?
que c'est mon magasin, c'est moi qui décide.
No. I cannot believe, right, this guy is a racist, mate. That is definitely what he's just insinuated there. Just because ASSANE is a different skin colour, that he's not allowed to rent it. That shocks me, that. I didn't expect it. Because the guy was well nice to Claire then as well, and he's just come out with that. What an idiot he is.
Raciste.
In it, ASSANE, tell him.
Non, attendez. Putain, y a pas de réseau. Il doit bien avoir une carte dans cette pièce. Ils ont dû passer par Bourneville, de toute façon, y a pas d'autre route.
C'est loin?
Je dirais 4-5 km maximum. Quoi qu'il arrive, de toute façon, faut qu'on s'arrête. Moi, j'ai un coup de fil à passer.
ASSANE knows, man, he's calling the police station.
Allez.
The guy's proper, he's a proper moody guy, you know.
Vous suggérez?
Alors, on peut vous accompagner au commissariat pour établir un avis de recherche, d'accord? Et dans les 24 heures, si on n'a pas de nouvelles, on peut lancer une diffusion générale à tous les services.
Ok, vous servez à rien.
Et vous allez où, là?
Trouvez mon fils!
Imagine telling a mum, right, if a mum's gone to like these police officers or something and said, look, I've just seen my son get thrown into a car, yeah, and someone drive off with him, and then they suggested, look, love, you know, if you just wait 24 hours, we'll sign a missing persons report, and then if he don't come back after 1 day, we'll go and look for him. Imagine literally telling the parent that. I'm surprised that Claire didn't give him a swift right hook, honestly. I think every mother would literally slap them. Like, there's no chance a mother would sit down and think, yeah, I tell you what, I will go home and I will wait 24 hours because maybe that guy was just taking him out for an ice cream. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no chance.
Je t'entends hurler, je te tue.
Oh, look at him,
Eh bien,
mate. He
je
loves
comprends
it.
vite.
What the hell, mate? Just because he's not the same skin colour again.
Vous avez un téléphone?
Faut consommer.
Look how silent it is.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites là-bas?
J'ai suivi notre client comme... Il y a eu un petit contretemps avec son fils, là.
Avec son fils? Préparez vos conneries et faites ça proprement. Merde.
Clean up this mess and do it neatly. So, but he said it's a father that he wants. So it sounded like he didn't want him physically dead. I think he wants him in, maybe so he can torture him or something. Because that's the type of person Pellegrini is, isn't it? A swift death won't be a good one for ASSANE. He'd want to torture him.
Messieurs?
This is the present. We've seen ASSANE in 1995 go into the violin shop and the guy was racist to him there. And now we've seen this guy in the present go into a shop and everybody stopped talking and, you know, kind of like treating him differently, obviously. To me, it's racism again. But what I actually am intrigued at is this a thing that happens in France in present day? Because obviously I've never been. And in my country, we don't have racism at all. I mean, obviously, you get some idiots that go around like saying racist things, but you know, nobody likes those people. And when they do, they get arrested. Even if you do it on social media, you know, if one person's abusing someone on social media racistly, the police will go on. They'll find you. You get your IP address. They'll go after you. So my country has no tolerance to racism, but I know other countries that are not as strict and. I don't know, it just interests me that, like, in France, is there still areas where people, you know, it's predominantly white, and if obviously you're a different colour, either, you know, you're African-American or you're Asian or something, that you still get judged? It's madness.
avec un homme noir qui conduisait et un adolescent. Ça vous dit rien, une voiture grise, monsieur? Répondez-moi au moins.
Je suis en Normandie là.
En Normandie? Mais qu'est-ce que tu fous en Normandie? Faut que tu reviennes là, c'est chaud ici.
Je suis dans un village qui s'appelle Bourneville.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fous avec lui?
Attends, il arrive là. Moi aussi je t'aime.
Cherche un homme, un noir, dans une voiture grise, avec un adolescent de 14 ans, un métis aux cheveux frisés.
Faut consommer.
This guy, innit?
Je plaisante pas là.
Là, c'est lui.
Si tu le trouves un violon, tu seras son héros.
Ouais, bah pour l'instant, je suis plus son problème que son héros.
Le connard qui tient le magasin veut rien lui louer parce qu'elle est amie avec moi et que je suis noir. Qui retournerait dans le magasin, qui piquerait un violon et qui l'offrirait à Clair.
Ah bah c'est ma femme.
Ah ouais?
I never understand people, me, who have like stuffed animals as like ornaments and stuff. I think it's crazy.
Je vais ouvrir le coffre, et pas de conneries.
C'est votre fils?
He's not going to believe that, is he? Let's be honest. Trying to set him up, isn't he, clearly?
La fille de Lupin de Cagliostro. C'est son fils?
Vous êtes fan de Lupin? Donc si c'est vraiment lui qui a écrit ce message, il verra l'erreur.
Ah, that is clever. See what I mean, man? Like, one little bit of thinking like that and you throw it in there. That's what happens in quite a lot of shows, isn't it? When people are trying to pretend to be someone, they're like, "What did we do last week?" And you're like, "Got ya." You know what I mean? That's very good. The guy's obviously just going to reply. He's defo getting it wrong. That was really clever. That actually, he done the right situation, but with the wrong name or the wrong gender. The guy's never going to clock that. Oh, we don't get to see it. Defo knows it's wrong though. Oh, check him. He's found a gun. How lucky is that?
N'aie pas peur, Raoul, ton père arrive. Je vais m'occuper de lui. Ensuite, je m'occuperai de toi. Qu'est-ce que vous faites là?
Look at him. He's just walking in the open. He's not worried.
Oh!
Oh, look at him staring directly at
un
each
cheveu de
other.
mon fils. Je te tue.
Tu veux ton fils? Viens le chercher.
On prend le violon et ensuite on lui rend.
Comme Clair a eu son concours.
Voilà.
So he does plan to give it back to him though, so he don't really want to steal it forever. Hey, that was a smooth transition. I didn't even notice that he was walking in the mirror. Well, there's no way this guy's coming back for a cigarette lighter. 55,000 francs. I'd love to know how much that actually is in euros or pounds. I wonder what these little flashback episodes represent, because sometimes they have a significance to the present that we're watching. I wonder how it's going to relate from what we see in here in the back with Claire. He's going out and doing something to help her, to obviously to the present now. Like, what? How does it like tie into the story of today?
Aussi appeler la police, hein? Ils sont là pour ça.
Non. La police, quand ils sont pas incompétents, ils sont corrompus. Le mec qui est responsable de l'enlèvement de mon fils, il a la police dans sa poche.
Quoi?
See, this guy should be asking who. 1 hour 25 away.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
Rien, je t'attends.
Trust this Hassan, the young one. He has a cheeky smile, man. He sounds well excited every time he's with Claire.
Hassan, qu'est-ce que t'as fait?
Non, t'inquiète, j'ai pas volé, hein, je l'ai juste emprunté.
Look at him.
Non, je peux pas.
Vas-y,
Non.
joue pour moi.
Non, mais tu viendras me voir à l'audition.
Oh, mate, they're so cute together.
Vos collègues du commissariat de Paris? Ceux que vous avez appelés tout à l'heure. Ils arrivent quand? J'ai ton nom et je sais que t'es flic.
Ça fait des semaines que je te cherche. Je suis le seul à avoir tout compris.
Je sais.
Je dois arrêter ici.
Si t'étais armé. T'es Ganima, en fait.
Hey, look at him having a good banter.
Je sais pas, 1 heure, peut-être un peu moins.
Guy's locked up. Yeah, there's no way he's letting you out.
Ah, détache-moi!
Don't trust,
Bosse
please.
pas avec les flics.
45 minutes to get in that house. It's dark now. Look at it. Must be well scary walking around there because you could literally pop out from any angle. See what I mean? Any little noise is just like magnified. It's getting intense now. Literally, who's going to pop around the corner first? How's that stuff? Oh, how's he just... See what I mean? Like, this guy is an assassin, right? There's no way he should be reacting to a bit of noise like that. He's just literally let ASSANE know that he's got a gun now. So he's going to be even more wary. He's going to be slow, steady, more like concise with his movements. This guy should not have shot his gun then. Yeah, straight away torches off. I'm not having him know where I am now. Oh, there we go. Right, that's both bullets. Out the window, mate. That's a bad fall, but he's not. I don't think he's dead. Yeah, I knew he wasn't dead. Oh, he's in the car. Oh, this guy's gonna burn it as well, mad guy. Dust are flying. Oh, guy's not bothered, look. Mad guy. Next time, try the car. Oh, what a mad guy. Oh, shit, mate. That kid is defo dead. I'd be running to it though. Me, I wouldn't stop me. I would run and make sure everything's fine. Oh, and she's there as well.
Les mains derrière la tête, je t'ai dit.
Mon fils.
Lève-toi. Lève-toi, je t'ai dit. Lève-toi, putain.
Croyez vraiment à quoi? Qu'on était aussi fort que Lupin.
Episode, he thought he was as good
Ça
as
marche
well.
plus, Servine. Tes tours de passe-passe là, on n'y croit plus.
Ah, I can't believe it. I'm not. There's got to be some bait and switch. See, well, he's okay. When he was in the car at the end, then he was banging, "Get me out, get me out." I'm sure his hands were tied. I'm sure of it. I'm not going to go back and check because obviously I like to like waffle my stuff and then be totally wrong. Or next episode be shocked. So I'm saying that he was in the car banging, get me out, and he had his cuffs on, he had the rope on, and then we've seen it that the rope's been detached. So I'm saying that he's not actually in the car and it's a bait and switch and it's going to get interest in me. I wonder how ASSANE's going to react, ASSANE's going to react, and then obviously where's this guy took the son? Where did he actually put him? So I'm saying that he didn't have him in that car, and he had him in the house, didn't he? He did have him in the house and he closed all the doors. So I'm saying he maybe still be inside. That is an interesting one. That's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the reintroduction to the series. It looks like Raoul has just been killed by that absolute crazy guy. Literally, I can't believe that he's just set that car on fire using a kid as collateral damage. Honestly, he couldn't get ASSANE, so he's like, sack this, mate, I'll just take the kid out. Obviously Pellegrini as well, he told him to not, he said he didn't want the kid, didn't he? He said, I don't want a kid, mate, I want you to get ASSANE. He's the one that I want you to take out, sort it out. The guy has just gone full psycho mode. He's like, sack this, mate. If I can't kill ASSANE, killing this kid. Let ASSANE get captured and arrested, and he can probably get put down. Or he might even go after ASSANE later, which is mad. ASSANE wasn't fast enough for me to run out to the car. Like he got the text on his phone, said next time you should have checked the car. And when he looked outside, it was burning. But like you would run to it, wouldn't you? You would physically go to the car. You would check everything. You wouldn't stand from afar and just like start crying, you know. So, pretty gutted about that. Obviously, usually he's really smart. He's like one step ahead, and even when he's not one step ahead, he's got a plan in motion. And it's kind of like he just surrendered, which is it's totally unlike him. Possibly, obviously, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because it's his kid. You know, it's unexpected. The guy's obviously going through the emotions. He's been trying to catch him all episode, trying to do everything for his son, and now he's just gone outside and see a car burning that he thinks is inside. He literally, he might have just hesitated in shock. So I can't really blame him too much for that, but pretty gutting, to be honest. I hope that he hasn't actually died. I hope that it's just like one of those things where do you know, because we didn't physically see that he was in the boot. We see that he was locked up somewhere, he's trying to get out, and I wonder if it is one of those things where it's just like magic or Lupin, for example, that they do in his short's perception. It's what the eye sees, and we're seeing a car burning, but we haven't seen a full picture yet. Where, like, he could be in a different car, he could be in a cupboard, he could be somewhere else. You know, it did show that at the very end there, that the ropes was untied on the floor, and there was like a fallen Lupin going down. So I wonder what significance that is. I do enjoy the backstory flashback, so to speak, of ASSANE and Clair when he was younger. It made it look like, you know, when he got arrested right at the end, he said, I really thought we was as good as Lupin, but we're not. He said something like that. And then obviously it reflects on present day that he thinks that he's as good as Lupin, but he possibly isn't, you know. Like, he might think he's great, but there's always people that are one step ahead, better. He hasn't got all the answers to all the problems, which is, like, it's pretty brutal. We didn't really see Claire at all this episode, apart from when she was arguing with the police when they told her to wait 24 hours. And like I said, no mum is ever going to do that. You're not going to just sit back and wait and then file a missing persons report when you know somebody's definitely took your child. That's just crazy talk, isn't it? That guy, the police officer, he obviously he was tracking down ASSANE, and then he was trying to help him because he's seen a crime happen. And he's been speaking to him, get to know him a little bit. He obviously found out, like, ASSANE just released a bit of information saying that this guy, he's on the police's payroll. I think that's going to have some sort of significance. This guy, the police officer, will do a bit of digging. He's done the digging on ASSANE, found out he's Lupin. I think he'll do some digging again and find out who it actually is that's in that, you know, is in that circle. Now, like I said, the interesting thing is this police officer, this woman, she's put handcuffs on him. If ASSANE really wants to get out of them, we've seen it before. He's put himself in prison before, like done a switch of hand with his handcuffs and swapped with an inmate. So that's not going to keep him down. But like, it must just be the shock in the situation with his son, with Raoul. He thinks he's dead, but I'm saying he's not dead. I'm saying that this is a good sleight of hand deception. And that is making it look like to us it's going to drop ASSANE's guard down and get arrested. I think the guy's played it really well, but he also like messed up a little bit. Like, he's walking around, he shot his gun, getting scared in certain situations. I would have thought that he would have been more cool and calm, collected, and waiting for ASSANE to walk around the door and just blast him, but obviously not. Where's he gone? You know, like he told that other police officer, like I said, he's a bad guy and he's working on the payroll, and I think that's going to play a big factor. I've said it already, I'll say it again. I think that the police may go after Pellegrini as well this season, as well as ASSANE, and I'm really interested to see where we go from here. Honestly, it's been a pretty good setup to part B. Not as hectic as I thought it was going to be, but you know, it's good, interesting layout with his son. It's got us hooked into trying to see what's going to happen next episode. That's all you ask, really. A little cliffhanger to make you draw into the next one. I'm personally saying he's not dead, but I think that ASSANE might think he's dead for a few episodes, and then we'll go from there. But that is going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully, guys, enjoyed it. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you did enjoy today's video, please smash the like on the button. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.